The President of Chile, officially known as the President of the Republic of Chile, is the head of state and head of government of Chile. The President is responsible for both the Chilean government and state administration, although its role and significance has changed over the history of Chile, as well as its position and relations with other actors in the national political organization. It is one of the most prominent political figures. It is also considered one of the institutions that make up the historic Constitution of Chile, and is essential to the country's political stability. Under the current constitution, the president serves a 4-year term, with immediate re-election being prohibited. The shorter period allows for parliamentary and presidential elections to be synchronized. The official seat of the President of Chile is the La Moneda Palace in the capital Santiago. Since 2018, Sebastián Piñera is the current president. He won the 2017 Chilean general election and assumed the office on the 11th of March 2018 for the second term. Previously, he held the position for the first term from the 11th of March 2010 to 2014. The Constitution of 1980 and its 2005 amendment establishes the requirements for becoming president. The president must be a natural-born citizen of the country, or else born overseas when one of his or her parents or grandparents is a Chilean national. The president must also be at least 35 years old. In addition, all the requirements for becoming a senator apply. The president must meet all the requirements to qualify as a fully Chilean citizen with the right to vote. They must have reached the age of 18 years and have never been sentenced to severe punishment, nor lost the right to vote on grounds of insanity, been tried for a crime attracting severe punishment or for terrorist conduct, or condemned by the Constitutional Court under Article 8 of the Constitution. Article 26 detail the electoral requirements. The president shall be elected by direct ballot, with an absolute majority of the votes validly cast. A 2-round system is used. In order to win the election in the first round, the winning candidate's party must receive more than 50% of the valid votes, leaving out of the count blank and spoiled votes. The election shall be held the third Sunday of November of the year immediately before the end of the administration of the president then holding office. Should there be more than 2 candidates in the presidential election, none of them obtaining more than half of the votes validly cast, a new election shall be held. The second election, in the manner determined by law, shall be held the 4th Sunday after the first election, limited to the 2 candidates with the highest relative majorities. Then, the candidate with the majority of valid votes in that round is elected president. Under the 1828 Constitution, the president served for 4 years, without the possibility of immediate re-election for one more term. In 1833, the presidential period was changed to 5 years, with a possibility of immediate re-election for one more term, limited to 2 consecutive terms then by a constitutional reform in 1878. Possibility for re-election became disallowed. Under the 1925 Constitution, the president served for a 6-year term, without the possibility of immediate re-election only. In the original text of the 1980 Constitution, the president served for an 8-year term without the possibility of immediate re-election. Some transitory disposals, fixed during the government of the General Augusto Pinochet, allowed the exceptional possibility of his re-election in the 1988 plebiscite. Then, in the transition to democracy, the 1989 referendum established a first transitional 4-year presidential term, followed by common 8-year terms, without the possibility of immediate re-election. However, in the 4th of March 1994 the presidential period was reduced to a 6-year term, without an immediate re-election. Under the 2005 constitutional reform, the president serves for 4 years without the possibility of immediate re-election for one more term. A former president may run for office once again after serving their initial term, but only in an election following their successor. As it is not allowed to run for consecutive terms, there is no limit to how many times a person can run for candidacy if they have not previously served as president. The incumbent president, in accordance with the Constitution, completes their corresponding term on the 11th of March of the immediate year after the election. The president-elect takes office the same day. The presidential sash, used initially by Bernardo O'Higgins, became a symbol of the authority of the first president with the assumption of office by President José Joaquín Prieto in 1831. It is composed of 3 stripes with the colors of the Chilean flag. It is sewn by hand and measured approximately 75 centimeters long and 13 centimeters wide. From the 19th century, a sin